What's up, everybody? It is I, Sigma, and we are back with episode 21 of the BBET GamesCast. I'm joined by Superman Jeff.
What's going on?
As well as Blue Bones.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Blue.
And as we do every day, not every day actually, every week, every week we record this, we like to go over what we've been playing. Jeff, why don't you go first?
So I've been playing some Transistor. I got a little bit more into it. That's last week, that 1 hour. I got to a boss. This boss is ridiculous because I've killed it maybe about 4 times, and each time
you killed him 4 times.
Yes, and he respawns each time.
Wait. So, did you kill him or not?
Yeah, like what?
You kill him, he turns into like a little light thing, and then he respawns. I don't know.
Like in the same fight, or like he just comes back later?
Same fight, and then they add more ads. Like in the same instance. So you go.
Are you doing? Is there like a special move you have to do to finish him off for good or something like that?
So
like
did you actually beat this? You said you killed him 4 times, but did you actually beat this boss then?
No, eventually he kills me, but it's like after like I've done killed him like 4 times.
So you didn't beat the boss, is what you're saying?
No. Yeah. I feel like I'm getting cheated because like I done killed him like 4 times. It's not like and then like there's these little. So I have an ability where I can hit somebody with a bomb.
Yeah.
And it kind of like charms them to be on my side for a little bit.
Okay.
So I'll do that because he'll try to go to these little enemies.
Yeah.
Like little snakes out the ground.
Mm-hmm.
To heal itself from them. But
you turn those against him.
I turn those against them.
Do they heal you then?
No, they won't heal me. And the thing about when I die, I can come back, but it'll take one of my abilities away.
Oh.
And like, I have 4 abilities. One's a dash.
Mm-hmm.
One's like a cluster bomb. The cluster bomb is like the most useful one because he can't get away from. There's one where you stab the ground. There's another one where you shoot like an arrow out. He dodges everything except for the cluster bombs. I mean, like I haven't hit him with anything else because he just dodges everything else.
I'm gonna have to watch you stream this, bro.
Yeah, I kind of see the fight you're talking about.
It is ridiculous. This boss is like ridiculous. Like I mean, like he dodges everything. So of course, when I die, guess what they take away?
Oh, they pick
your cluster bomb.
They pick.
Oh,
they pick the cluster bomb. So each time we die, they take an ability.
Mm.
So they start with the cluster bomb, and I can't hit him with anything else. I've even tried waiting around corners, so when he comes around, he just dodges right out the way.
That's
no problem. And it's like, once the cluster bomb's gone, I'm gone. So I'll kill him like 4 times. Killed him 4 times with the cluster bombs. Then that 5th time he comes back, he winds up killing me, and then I can't hit it with anything else. So it's just,
I don't know. Maybe there's some mechanic there that you're missing because if he keeps coming back, if he keeps coming back, it seems like maybe that's not the way you're supposed to kill him or something.
Well, no, they'll do like
or is that he just has that many phases in the fight or something? Yeah,
because they've done that before. Like the first like mini boss came back. Like even regular enemies, if you don't pick up their core, they come back.
Right, so like
he doesn't have a core. He has like a little shining light, and you go and it doesn't let you pick it up, or it doesn't say anything or anything, and you can't hit it or anything, and he just comes back. But you get the voice that's narrating. He'll tell you, oh, you're gonna have to do this again, and he'll come back. And I'm like, but it's a beautiful game.
That sounds frustrating.
It is frustrating. I was just like, really? That's what we're doing. Okay, I had to play a little bit. I played a little bit of Smash. Yesterday. I wanted to work on some different characters. I worked on some Diddy Kong. I wanted to work on some Ken. I wanted to work on some characters I haven't necessarily played before.
Yeah.
Just to add some variety and kind of try some things out. Ken wasn't too bad. Kind of like a fighting game. You got to combo into stuff. So it's like
they really do just play like fighting game characters. I find it hard to use them in Smash.
In Smash, just because of the nature of Smash.
Yeah. Right. So I played online. I think I lost like twice. They weren't like blowouts, but I mean, one was pretty close. The next one was pretty close. But it's going to take some time and some more matches to get kind of more familiar with him. Right. I have the basics down pat because if you don't know, he has his tilts.
Yeah.
2 functions to him. So if you hold the tilt, up tilt, it's like if you tap it, it's like a little elbow jab.
It's a
Yeah,
it's like the weak attack and the fierce attack from Street Fighter,
exactly.
or whatever, right? Like, yeah, like they let you do all the variations.
Exactly. So using those variations are kind of how you combo into stuff. I didn't even know he had that.
Yeah,
That's something I didn't know.
This is the first I'm hearing about this.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a few things I learned about him. And then Diddy Kong was pretty fun. Played as him a little bit. Have to find more useful uses for the banana pill, but it was fun. I kind of started using it the way you use your bomb, toss it up, toss them into the banana, that type of stuff. So, and that's kind of all I've been playing. I played also Digimon Re-Rise, or Arise.
Oh, okay.
It's that mobile game.
It's fun, but it's super grindy.
It's a mobile game.
It is. I mean, it doesn't feel like paywall grindy, but it feels a little grindy.
Okay.
It's also a gacha game as well. So I mean, you do earn gems at a pretty good rate. So I never felt like, I need to buy some gems. I need to get some gems. I had like 145 gems, stuff like that. So it's fun, but it's super grindy. And that's all I've been playing.
That's what's up.
Okay.
Do you want to go next, or?
Yeah, I got it. So I've been playing. Besides the usual stuff, I wanted to. I watched Joker last weekend, and I wanted to kind of continue that DC hype, right? Right. So I started playing Batman: Arkham City. I got it.
Oh, nice.
No, I never played it. It's
Arkham
free on
City's
Game Pass right now.
The second one, right?
Yes,
Arkham the first one.
Asylum's the first one. City's the second. So this is the sequel. Joker. The very first scene, you incinerate Joker, right? And you're like, he's dead. He's done. Right? And Scarecrow is taking over the city now. So now you got a whole big another problem. I think the premise is cool. The fighting style is cool. I hate the Batmobile in that game. And I feel
you're
talking
about Arkham Knight then, right?
Yeah. Aren't you
talking
about
That's the third one.
Arkham. Wait, no, bro. This is Arkham
The
City.
other ones didn't have the.
Yeah, the Batmobile came out for the third one.
Okay, well,
Arkham City was also with Doctor Strange. He took over a small part of the city. He was like
Doctor Strange.
Hugo Strange.
Hugo. Oh, okay, yeah,
that's Doctor Strange. You're right. It's Arkham Knight. My bad. Yeah, it's Arkham Knight.
Right.
I don't like the Batmobile in that game.
Yeah,
a lot of people complained about that, actually.
It was very stupid.
I didn't find it that annoying, personally, but a lot of people did complain about that.
I already have a problem with Batman. I think we don't need to go into that. But I'm playing this game just to have an open mind and just get a little bit more lore or a different take on Gotham itself, right? So as the Arkham Knight, one of the beginning missions, you have to get on top of some building and charge up some power grid or whatever. He takes his Batmobile to the bottom of the building, and he decides that he needs a winch to like pull different parts of the building apart, right?
Yeah.
So to get the winch, this bat plane comes in and gives him the winch and then flies off.
And you're like, why did I just use the plane?
And then I'm sitting there like, why is that plane flying over the building that I have to drag my car up?
That's a really good point.
I was like, this is so stupid. And it was difficult, too.
Yeah.
I don't think the tutorials were very intuitive. Like, and granted, it's supposed to be a very immersive game, and I understand the nuances of the combo system that they're putting together and all the little things that you can chain together. That's cool. But they don't explain it much. They're like, do it. That's all they do. They put you in the augmented reality training thing, and they say, just do it. And I'm just like, okay, do you want to run me through it? Maybe show me a little video or something like that?
To
I have
be
to look
fair,
on YouTube twice.
That is, it's the third game in the Arkham trilogy, but technically the fourth Batman game of that kind that has come out. Okay. So by that point, maybe they're not trying to reteach everybody. Because not only have the Batman games been using that combat system, a bunch of other games were basically borrowing that combat system too. So it was kind of like standard fare.
Shadow Mortar kind of borrows it a little bit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed I think was the first one to do
Yeah,
the
Assassin's Creed
system
did
kind of
something
like
very
yeah,
similar, but it definitely didn't feel like the way Arkham Asylum introduced it. Like that was definitely a much better
sure.
version of that kind of combat.
I
I'll
would
definitely
definitely
give you that.
recommend Origins, Arkham Origins, Arkham City, um, even Arkham
I don't
Asylum.
even like Batman, bro.
I'm
I'm
just saying
telling you.
they were really good installments.
Yeah,
I felt like that Arkham Knight is something you kind of had to build up to.
that
So that way,
sucks.
it does. But that's when you jump into like a numbered series like that and you hop to like the last one, you're kind of missing some of the stuff that came in the other ones. So that's
Well,
my
naturally,
only.
yeah. I'm not expecting to get all the references, but I'm like I played Gears 5. Gears 5 led me perfectly through the story. Granted, connectivity issues, right? But I never felt like I was missing out on stuff besides just lore details, you
I
know.
think that was
And I
pretty
think that's
intentional in Gears 5. Like they were, because that was going to be a Gears
a
that
free.
immediately hit Game Pass, so like a ton of people would have immediate access to it. They probably was like, yeah, we need to make sure that this is accessible for someone who probably never touched Gears ever, because there's going to be like a lot of new hands on it.
I think with the sequel, you should always consider that this is going to be someone's first time playing the series.
True, that is
And
fair.
I didn't feel that kind of love with Arkham Knight. Not saying I'm going to stop playing the game, but I'm slowly picking up the mechanics that I'm expected to know. Um, on top of that, right, I think I mentioned last week that the lady and I started playing Magic the Gathering, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or we restarted. So I was looking at my phone. I was like, you know what? There's a lot of a couple of my friends were talking about it.
Got somebody
Oh,
else's
Jeff's
name
got
on
a he's got that booster pack right
Whose name
now.
is that?
This is
You
Joe.
put my man's whole government on the internet.
He went to pick it up and it had like his whole name on it.
Oh my gosh.
I just called it Fat Pack.
Jeff is trying to kill me on the editing side. But so we were playing that, right? And you know, she's not always home. Sometimes she's working and I want to play some card games. Now, granted, I downloaded Magic Arena on my PC and I play that every now and then. That's pretty fun. But I wanted something mobily.
Is that
So
free? Magic Arena?
yeah, it is free.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is when you buy a core pack, or I don't know if it's any pack of boosters, but they give you a little code with the physical cards, and you can put it into the digital game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really cool, right? And so I said, you know what? Let me see if I can get it mobily. Now, the first thing I thought about was Hearthstone, because I've played Hearthstone before, and I have a whole bunch of stuff. And then I thought about the hashtag boycott Blizzard. And I'm like, let me wait till all this stuff dies down before I download Hearthstone again, because I don't want to, you know, I want to make sure I'm supporting the right people if I can. And I realized when I was searching for that Magic the Gathering Duels has an app that I didn't even know about. I downloaded that, and I'm going to start playing a little bit later today. But I've played the Xbox version of it before. So I don't know if all my stuff's going to transfer over, but I'm pretty excited to play it mobily because, you know, those card games are pretty fun. If you just get games really fast and not have to shuffle every time, you know, you're always kind of sketch about like, are these really randomized when your cards come out, you know? But at the same time, you just kind of roll with the punches.
Yeah.
So
Do those apps have like a multiplayer element, or is it mostly playing against computers?
Yeah, you can invite friends. I'm hoping that they come out with
Arena
on the mobile because it is Duels is pretty good, but Arena
it's limited.
Arena has a lot more capability, and a lot of the newer cards are on there. So I'm hoping that they actually do port that over.
Cool.
So right now my head's in trading card games and this Batman DC hype right now. I'm gonna see what's up with that.
Right. I'm glad you brought up the DC stuff because next show we're actually gonna go at the end of that show we're gonna go into Joker movie spoilers. So we're gonna have our Joker movie discussion then. So if you're interested in hearing that, definitely watch that movie before then, so that
It's gonna be fun.
you won't have to cut it off when we go into that at the end. But other than that stuff, what I've been playing, again, was for review and for work for the most part. I did put in a ton more time into Monster Hunter World because I finally did get some free time.
I was
But
gonna mention that too.
yeah, it was more so like grindy types. I was doing all sorts of just grinding, but gotta let it game.
Yeah.
The game still remains to be incredible. But for the most part, I was playing this game called Stranded Sails, which
Okay.
it's not good. Essentially, it's not a good game. It's possible.
Can I guess the premise?
Yeah, sure. Think of it as
Or
The Legend of Zelda, Wind Waker, but as a 2D, as like the old school type of Zelda, right? Where you know it's top down, you walk around, you collect things to like travel further. Except they mix in a little bit of like Farmville, like the Facebook mobile game Farmville.
Oh,
So
okay.
like you have to, you know, maintain a farm, you have to cook food in order to refill your energy, and your energy is what you use to run around, you know, dig things, fight enemies or whatever, and you have to eat the food you cook to replenish your energy, otherwise it'll hit zero and then you get teleported right back to the beginning location. And then you have to go back to wherever you were
Oh no.
going before. So it kind of has a tether that limits you until you advance in the story a bit. Like you get more food items, you get better recipes to make food that refills your gauge.
Makes you go out longer.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So
That's interesting.
I found that very annoying for a couple of reasons.
Oh.
It's
Okay.
because it definitely seems like it's built around wasting your time. Like,
Ooh.
like if you were to look at the run animation, like the character moves really slow, and if you want to dash, it eats up a ton of stamina that you don't get back, mind you. Like, so
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
oh my god! So in order to get anywhere, you really just have to do the slow pace, because otherwise you'll eat up your stamina in like half the time. So it's more efficient to just run super slow. And then they put all the locations like unnecessarily far away from each other, and they do the thing where if you want to get, say, here, when you first show up, you're like 2 or 3 levels below that location. You can see where you need to go, and you have to run around to the back of it because there's a ramp that then leads you around to the front, where there's another ramp that then leads you back to the front. So like they just elongate
So it's a
the pathway.
Disneyland ride line.
Right. For the sake of like wasting your time and stamina, they just elongate like everywhere you need to go. They do that constantly.
Oh my gosh.
So everything just felt just super delayed. Like I was just annoyed the whole time, like trying to run back and forth. The farming stuff was like very basic. They don't let you have much control over it. They literally build the farm location for you. Then you put what you want in there. And then when you get further in the game, they just give you another section next to it. So you can't like say, oh, this land looks good for farming. I'm going to put it next to these things because I'm closer to this or this resource. Like there's no management that really comes into play there.
Oh.
And the last thing was the cooking could have been a little fun because they treat it like a puzzle where depending on the complexity of the recipe, you'll have like 2 or 3 or 4 different food items that you can stick in there, and you have to put them in a certain order so that you get the right recipe, right?
Okay.
But like if you put, say, 3 things in there, one can be in the right order, it'll give you like a check mark. One needs to be moved, it'll give you like a Uno reverse symbol.
Right.
And then a third one will have an X. It's like, no, this doesn't belong at all, right? So I'll be like, okay, so does the thing that needs to move need to be in the third place? I'll just move those 2 things to check, and then all of a sudden, all three icons will change. It'll be like, okay, so now the first one is wrong, even though I didn't move it. Now the second one is wrong, and the third one needs to be moved. And it's like, okay, that doesn't give me any information. I don't know what I need to do now.
Yeah.
So like after like I got a couple of like 3 food item recipes, I just stopped doing it altogether. So I never even got to the point where I had like 4, because it takes so long to figure out what you're doing because you're literally just guessing at random. Like those icons don't help you. So I really didn't like it. It could be possible that the game is geared towards kids. Like the dev in an interview or in a trailer rather said that it was supposed to be like a family game, and that's kind of code word for it. It's a kid's game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I have a kid. I know the kind of games he likes to play. And
that's not
like
the move.
Yeah, it's boring. Like it's really boring. And like all the things you do are just tedious, and like kids feel that too. Like kids have all the time in the world, but
friendly.
They still doesn't mean they want their time wasted. you know?
Facts.
And I did actually play another kind of like sailing piratey game. This one is basically Sea of Thieves. It's called Black Wake. It's an early access game. Apparently, it was in development. Like it had a Kickstarter campaign all the way back in 2016. 2014, 2016, I think 2016. So it's been in development since then, but it's still in early access. Like it's not even released, and it's pretty much Sea of Thieves. Like it looks better than Sea of Thieves, but it's still like super janky because it's still kind of in development. But all they have so far are kind of like PvP battle, and I guess that is Sea of Thieves, right? Sea of Thieves doesn't have. Well, no, there's some player against environment.
Yeah, they have some PvE. They do like small raids and stuff like that.
Right. Okay. So it's pretty much just kind of a less cartoony Sea of Thieves.
That's kind of appealing.
Yeah. But I was back
Honestly,
when that whole pirate craze happened, when Black Flag came out and everybody wanted to do the whole pirate thing, the whole ships. It was like, oh, we love the ship battle, the naval battles.
Right.
I think didn't they actually come out with a whole game that was just nothing but naval battles?
Yeah, that game still hasn't dropped yet, but it is it is on the horizon. I can't remember what
they
it's
should
called.
just leave that alone because that crazy is done with.
Yeah, unless they build it out, which I think they might be doing. If they build it out to be a little bit more involved than just the ship combat, I could
that's all it was.
I think at that point they're kind of leaning into like realistic war simulation, and there's a small market for that.
I mean, it could be a good idea, but me personally, like if it's just like you don't like basically you control the ship, you don't control like a character or It could be kind of limiting. But I mean, Ubisoft is known for kind of throwing out games with services that they then build upon like later.
True.
But so the gameplay for Black Wake is pretty limited, but I did actually find it fun. I was playing with Jack Packard from Red Letter Media. He's now working with Escapist. And one of the other reviewers, Jesse Galena, because we're going to be actually streaming that game tonight. Today's Sunday.
Yes.
We're going to be streaming that tonight for Escapist Game Night, which should be pretty cool. Like, we were actually having fun with it, even though the game is kind of janky, but we were actually having a lot of fun. So, when Sea of Thieves came out, I actually reviewed that as a demo. I reviewed the demo that came out. And I could see what's fun about it, like kind of being immersed in like pirate whatever. I just felt like there wasn't that much to do. And Black Wake kind of takes a lot of that busy work out of the equation because you're a captain of the ship and you can give commands to a bunch of bots. So you have a crew on the ship. And I think this was a recent addition. So you have like a crew of bots on the ship who can do things like load the cannons and, you know, fix the holes from damage and can pump the water out and stuff. So you don't have to run around and do every little thing.
My question is your crew customizable?
I know your character is. I don't think the crew is. Right. But again, they just threw the bots in, so that's probably something that would maybe come down the line. But once again, the game has been in development for like super long. Who knows when it'll actually be done? But I don't know. It was a lot more fun than I would have assumed, especially from coming from Sea of Thieves, because I can see the appeal of that game, but I didn't really have much fun in it.
Got you.
But that's pretty much all I've been playing. That's gonna do it, I guess, for what we've been playing this week.
What we've been playing, yeah, man.
We're gonna move now into topics. First up is an update to that whole Blizzard ban controversy. The U.S. Congress and a mixed number of Congress members, some Republicans and Democrats on both sides, sent a letter to Blizzard regarding these recent controversies.
They're not happy.
Yeah, they said they have some concerns. Like that was kind of the main.
They were disappointed,
right? And one thing I do want to take note of is, like we said last week, Blizzard did, put out a response to all the rage and such, and they minimized the sentence that they gave this player Blitzchung. They lowered the year ban to 6 months, and they gave him back his award money that he got from his championship.
And they reinstated the streamers, that they terminated, but they gave him a 6-month ban instead, and reinstated their contract.
So this letter from Congress to Blizzard doesn't seem to mention that. It seems like they weren't aware that Blizzard actually did something. Like they referenced the taking of the prize money and the ban for the year. So in light of that, I feel like they should get all the facts before they kind of jump into the fray.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying. It does feel like they didn't know about the ban repeal or the shortening of the ban.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, I still think they made some good points about just why our player was being punished. You know what I mean? So yeah, I feel you. They definitely need to make sure that they're up to date before they say anything, because it does sound like they didn't know about that part. But,
yeah, and I feel like that's a thing that plagues the U.S. government when it comes to video games in general.
Yeah.
It's like they don't know enough about it. Yeah, like technology, period.
Like, I feel like they weren't. It's not something they knew. It took them a while to find this information out. That this actually happened. This is probably something that maybe an assistant mentioned, or
an intern
they popped up.
Talk about this.
Popped up on Twitter at some point, and that happened. Oh, we should say something about that. Not something that they had knowledge of because they followed the gaming industry or anything like that.
Or what's this Hearthstone one thing they talking about?
So they were looking for a cause, and it was like, oh, this is good publicity. Let's say something.
Right? Yeah, it feels disingenuous when they come this far. Like, first of all, not that it's been resolved, because people are still protesting Blizzard. They didn't fully accept, their apology and their explanation.
That's why I'm slowing down on re-downloading Hearthstone myself.
Right.
So you could actually even install Overwatch. That might hurt them a lot.
He's gonna think a little bit more about that one.
keep talking, Sigma. I like where you're going, not where Jeff is going.
So it's just like I get why the U.S. government would be concerned, but it's like, are they concerned? Because the letter they sent seems like an afterthought. Like they got some information, they threw something together and just chucked it at Blizzard, and probably have no intention of following it up. Like, it's for like optics, because the stuff that was in there doesn't match kind of the situation as it stands.
Well, but maybe they wrote it and just forgot to send it a while ago. We just sitting on the desk somewhere. And
I forgot to hit send.
But I mean, if that's the case, still, like, they're not paying enough attention to the thing that they're sending, a group letter to, and that makes me devalue it to a certain extent.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I will give you that. I also want to give a little bit of credit where credit's due. At least there's attention to it from actual government officials on both sides of the spectrum. There's 3 Democrats and 2 Republican congressmen who came together and wrote this letter to Blizzard. So while it does seem like it might be for publicity and maybe trying to ring in gamer votes, I still think it's good that it's being brought to a public eye. And this is another step to the gaming community being taken seriously. Right. I don't think it's a huge step, but it's something. It's forward momentum, in my opinion.
My thing is, they only seem to say something when it's a negative. You know what I mean? Like, where were these people when that whole, gaming's responsible for these shootings? You know what I mean? Where violent video games are the cause of these shootings. Nobody chimed in. Nobody said anything. You know what I mean? Because it's just, in that case, movies are responsible, that type of stuff. So my thing is, if you're going to chime in when it's opportunistic for you, you should chime in anytime.
When we need our help. When we need your help.
Whether it's right or wrong, you should say something, not just because it puts a positive light on you.
Right.
So
like,
I feel that.
Give the impression that this is important, that it's something you pay attention to. Because
on a regular basis.
When it's always like a big national discussion, and then you want to put your 2 cents in, it's like, you weren't here, you weren't with me shooting in the gym. So I don't want to hear what you're talking about.
I feel that. That's a very valid point.
But like you said, if it's genuine and they're really looking to help and add some support, then I get it. But you got to add that support all the time, not just when it's convenient.
True.
Yeah.
So that was just an update. We'll keep following this Blizzard situation because it's not done yet, apparently.
Right.
So if new things come up, we'll let you guys know. Next topic, kind of sad. John Cho of
Harold.
Right, from Harold Kumar Go to White Castle fame. If you don't know, he's been cast to play Spike Spiegel in the upcoming Cowboy Bebop live-action movie. But he's just been injured on that set. And that's going to push production back 7 to 9 months, which is unfortunate if you were very looking forward to it, but also because a dude got hurt.
Yeah. He injured his knee, and the thing is, they were only, I think it was 2 weeks into production.
So they just started.
They just started, y'all, and he got some serious knee injury.
Did they give details on like what he was he doing his own stunts or something, or?
I don't know. I know that they were filming in New Zealand, and he actually flew back to LA to get his knee surgery. Like, that's how important this was. I guess he had one trusted surgeon over there. And yeah, what was cool is that the production team did say that they're not looking to replace him. They're gonna wait. So apparently he is perfect for the role, according to the production.
I believe it. I believe
it too. He's a great actor, and you can see he has matured since Harold and Kumar. Not saying that those were, bad movies.
Those are actually good movies. Like,
I love them.
Those are hilarious movies.
When it comes to like stoner movies, that's definitely up there.
Yeah.
And he fits the bill. He looks
so.
Part.
Yeah, I think he does. Yeah.
So, I'm hopeful for this show.
There's been a lot of that going around. Remember, Titans got delayed because somebody got hurt on set, and there was another movie
in
too.
Star Wars, The Force Awakens.
Yeah, Harrison Ford got hurt.
Ford.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, man. The production business is dangerous.
Yeah. And that might be that might be something new for him. He doesn't really do a lot of physical roles from what I've seen.
Well, he was in Star Trek.
That's true.
And he had actual fight scenes in that movie. I remember.
He did. Yeah, never mind. I forgot he was actually in Star Trek.
So I thought
a big role in the second one, actually.
I don't think I watched the second one.
Yeah, I don't think I have either. I wanted to because I really liked the first one, and I hate Star Trek.
Was Khan the first or the second?
I think that's probably the second one. Yeah, because I don't remember anything about Khan.
The first one was with the space traveling pirates, or time traveling pirates, or whatever they were.
Right. Yeah. Because Leonard Nimoy was in that one.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool.
I really liked that movie, and I hate Star Trek. I really hate Star Trek.
Fam, that's my feelings exactly.
So
I like
Star Trek fans
way more than I expected.
That's because they made it more appealing to people who weren't really Trekkies.
Yeah, so the Trekkies were like, man, forget this. Yeah. I don't want this. I want my boring space opera.
You could have just stopped that sentence at people, Jeff. They made it more appealing to people. Yeah. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and I'm wearing a Star Wars shirt right now, and I'll say that movie was good.
True.
Look at you, stepping outside.
Okay,
yeah,
so,
but our thoughts and prayers go out to John Cho.
Right, yeah. Hopefully he gets a speedy recovery.
Yeah. Get well soon.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to move into the next topic.
Yeah.
This is all blue here.
It's all me.
Final Fantasy 14 is getting an animated series?
Yeah, man. No, live action.
Live action? I'm sorry, I didn't even know that.
Yeah. Live action TV series.
I'm scared.
Live action Final Fantasy. Okay.
I'm scared because live action anything is so, when it comes from a video game platform, when it comes from a cartoon platform, it's scary. You don't know. There's not too many good live action adaptations of any of those. Now, that being said, the Shadowbringers story, or even the very base story, God bless you, Realm Reborn, was really, really good. And I'm excited to see what they do with this. Now, it's a show. It's not just a movie. So they have a lot of time to flesh out the stories that they already have. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, on top of that, they have a new patch coming out that's going to add a lot more story to the already base Shadowbringers. Mm-hmm. And they're adding some Near Automata crossover as well. So there's a lot of stuff happening in Final Fantasy 14 right now. It's a great time to be a 14 fan. I'm looking forward to it. We don't have too many details on the story of this live action adaptation, but we do know that they're following one main character that hasn't been introduced. So I don't know if it's going to be a stand-in for the Warrior of Light, which your character is supposed to play as, or it's just going to be a completely different character that kind of works alongside the mysterious Warrior of Light, maybe in a different region while things are happening. So there's lots of epic events that happen in the base game. There's lots of epic events that happen in all the expansions. I'm excited to see what they do, but I'm very, very cautious because live action, it's hard to get it right.
Especially with the costumes, especially with the way they dress.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Because if live act movie, anime, and video games don't always translate very well to live action as far as the dress goes. So like the way the Bard looks in the game, that looks super cheesy in live action. So you have to be very careful. I think a lot of superhero costumes run into that same thing.
I feel like Batman oftentimes doesn't look good in live action. Like
they have to add more. They have to make the suit kind of like they did with the Captain America suit. I like what they did.
With that eventually ended up looking really dope. Like if you look back at the earlier movies, he does look cheesy.
Yes, and then they added some.
It didn't fit him before.
No, it looked like that was his little brother's suit or something. Like Captain America Jr.
So, Captain Canada. Got it.
Oh,
I'm hoping that I
love maple syrup.
And the budget is going to be very important because remember, like Flash, anytime they show like Gorilla Grodd or something like that, it was very expensive. So a lot of stuff they held back on because of how much it costed for the special effects. So I'm thinking that this Final Fantasy is probably going to have pretty deep pockets, especially because it is from Square Enix. So I'm thinking they're going to have some input into it, and as well as whoever picks it up, because they haven't said who picks it up yet.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know exactly who's behind this. I did want to say that, with the new patch 5.1, right? I've talked about it once or twice before, but they're supposed to be doing a lot of overhaul, especially on gathering and crafting, which has been, I won't say it's been a problem. I know people who love the system that they have in place right now, but it's been very difficult to break into if you're new to the game, or even if you're new to gathering and crafting aspect in general. It's not something that's easily picked up. So they're doing an overhaul on that. I'm excited to see where that goes. And like I said, the Nier Automata crossover looks great. If you guys don't know, Nier Automata is like it's a gorgeous bullet hell.
It's like a mix of things.
It's a really...
It's a hack and slash action game.
Look going on.
It has like a crazy story, apparently. It's a Platinum Games joint.
Have you played Automata or Nier? I think it was Nier, the first one.
I never played the first one, no.
Andy Serkis wound up being like the big bad guy at the end.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah.
Of the first game?
Yeah.
Andy Serkis.
It's a pretty cool thing, just to add a little side note. When you beat the game, right, you can choose to sacrifice yourself for the princess or whoever she was. And what happens is your save data is completely erased when you do that.
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Whoa.
Nah. I was gonna play it until you said that.
That's some heady stuff. Like
that's a real sacrifice.
It is so real. You can't even use that name again when you create another character.
You're lying, bro.
I swear. On everything you love.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy.
Chill.
But
that's wow.
Yeah, you should check it out. Actually, I've never played it, but it's been on I watch PlayStation Access a lot, and they've gone over that as like some of the
cool.
I'm gonna have to
worst choices at the end. It's pretty cool. Like I said, Andy Serkis is the bad guy at the end, and then if you choose to sacrifice yourself for her because there's this illness, your save data is erased, and you can't use that name anymore.
That's really cool. I've heard there's some like interesting stuff with the way they tell the story in Nier Automata too. Like the first ending isn't that. I think so. I've heard it both ways. So
okay.
But like the first ending you get is not the actual ending. Like you keep playing the game over to get different endings because like it keeps changing the way the story is perceived.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I've been really meaning to play that. I have that on my PC. I just have not touched it yet.
I want to see that soon. Yeah, so that crossover looks great. Like some of the bosses that they're putting into Final Fantasy 14, I've seen in Nier Automata, and they really simulate that bullet hell really well. And if you've ever seen a Final Fantasy 14 raid, there's lots of things going on the screen, but if you watch Nier Automata, you know there's a whole bunch more going on the screen. So I'm excited to take on that challenge. I know my free company is too, and this game, it just keeps getting better and better and better. I feel like they really listen to the fans. I haven't seen one bad update. Maybe some of the stories get a little dull in the second and third expansion, but when it comes to update of the mechanics, I haven't seen one bad update. So for all you Final Fantasy 14 fans, hey guys, we got another banger. I'm pretty sure we got another banger coming. So stand by. It drops at the end of this month. Originally they said in December.
Oh wow! So
and now they they pushed it up till in 9 days, the 29th of October.
That's what's up,
bro.
That's
I'm
what
hyped. Yeah,
cool. I was just
yeah. You guys are gonna hear me talk more about that.
Can't wait.
Yeah. It's gonna be great.
So that's gonna do it for Final Fantasy 14 talk.
Yeah.
At least for today. Next topic: Riot Games just had a 10-year anniversary for League of Legends. They had an event kind of celebrating 10 years of League, and they announced a ton of interesting stuff. Like, really interesting stuff. I don't play League of Legends at all, and I'm even kind of interested in what the hell they were talking about. There's a new card game coming.
Yep.
Do you remember the name of it? Runes of... something of Runeterra?
Yeah. Crap.
Runes of Runeterra?
We'll look at them in a second. But honestly, with all this Blizzard stuff going down...
It's a perfect opportunity.
Right, yeah. They jumped right on it.
Best time for Riot to be coming up with something so similar. They have not a clone, but they have a counter for Hearthstone. They have a counter for, well, they don't need a counter Heroes of the Storm no more because that game is dead, right? So they own the MOBA corner anyway. They look like they have an Overwatch counter. That first-person shooter game.
Yes, they announced the first-person shooter. It's called Project
Alpha?
Project Alpha, probably. But yeah, they don't have a name for it. But it looks a lot like Overwatch cross Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And
they're also bringing League of Legends to the console.
Yep. They're bringing it to the console, so more players are coming through.
There's like a mobile version of League of Legends coming as well. Like it's not the same exact game, but like they're making like a specific mobile version of the game. And it actually looks pretty similar to what I've seen from League of Legends. And I don't play League of Legends. I find it hard to understand what's even happening in that game. It's one of my biggest shames that I don't even understand what I'm looking at when I watch League of Legends.
Is it just MOBAs in general? You don't really
I mean, I get the basic premise. It's like you have a team, you're trying to destroy something on the opposite team's side, and then the opposite team is trying to do the same to you. So you're fighting each other to get to their side to like destroy their thing, right? Like that's the whole game.
But there's a lot of stuff in between.
Right, yeah, that's the stuff that I don't get. Like, when people are, like, screaming their heads off because, like, a thing got killed, I'm like, I see that a thing went down. I have no idea why that's so important.
See, and that's why it's important to play with somebody who already knows.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got eased into it. I played with people who already knew. We did some bots. We did some stuff like that to kind of understand the different mechanics into it. Strategy. But also, you have to learn how to build your character because you buy items that affect your character. You might raise your crit chance or raise your...
And all that happens over the course of the match, right? It's like it's like a mini RPG inside where you're building up the hero as the match goes on.
Exactly.
Yeah. You kill stuff, you get gold, you use the gold to buy stuff.
Mm-hmm. Right. See, I mean, I know how it functions. I just don't get it.
The strategies are very complex, in my opinion, when it comes to MOBAs. And that's something like... I don't like MOBAs in general. Mm-hmm. I liked Heroes of the Storm, which was Blizzard's version of one. But League of Legends has been out forever. Maybe it's time I give it a shot. You know,
I'm thinking about trying it out too, just so I can have more of an understanding. Yeah,
I think that's something that we should definitely look into. And honestly, if this Blizzard stuff don't fall right, Riot Games is gonna move in on their market.
They're definitely trying to, because
Oh, and they got a fighting game.
Right, yeah. I was going to mention fighting game. Like actual 2D. Cool. It looks like I don't want to say Street Fighter because like it's not animated in the same way. It's like it looks much more traditional. It's like Americanized anime influenced art is what it looks like. But again, like this is like very early concept stuff, so it could basically change entirely by the time it actually comes out. But it's in development and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
If Overwatch had a fighting game come out, we'd be losing our minds, right?
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
So I feel like Riot Games is really saying like, okay, this is everything that these Blizzard fans want. We got it in our universe with our plethora of characters, right? Speaking of characters, we got our first melanated woman.
They
on
added
the squad.
A black woman as a character for League of Legends, which apparently hasn't been a thing for 10 years.
10 years, y'all. That's
over 140 something heroes, they said.
Yeah.
And this is the first black woman.
I think it was 145.
Jeez.
Now, granted, Blizzard can't make any claim like that.
But I mean,
You know
Blizzard
what I
hasn't
mean?
even been out. Well, not Blizzard. I don't know about Blizzard's other games. Like their is Dota a Blizzard game?
No.
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 Right, because they did Heroes of the Storm. So they have World of Warcraft and all that stuff. They have black characters in that, right?
Yeah.
Black woman characters.
Yeah, but none of them are significant as far as I know.
All right, well,
And
so
they're
they're running
like
into the same issue.
NPCs.
You had Tyrael. That was it, but he wasn't really a playable character.
Yeah, and he was more of an angel than anything. But he
But
was an
black.
angel
I
with
mean,
some
white people
melanated angel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So
Yeah, Tyrael was cool, but that
Good.
was a black man.
He was.
yeah, it was a man. So
I mean, that was the first step. I don't remember any. No. I can't think of
any
anything.
significant Blizzard women.
No.
if
black women.
anybody watching does know, definitely let us know. Like,
Let us
throw
know.
in a comment to correct us if we are wrong. But I
Yeah.
still, I mean, it took
And don't put
forever.
no NPCs there.
No
All right,
NPCs.
y'all? Nobody that gives you a
We
potion
want
at
playable
the end of a quest.
characters.
Potion. Here's just potion, honey.
So if that wasn't enough, Riot is also announcing an animated series
Yes,
for
Yes.
League of Legends.
and it looks like it's animated well.
Yeah, it looks good.
Like, and their trailers and their reveal teasers and stuff like that, they all look well animated too. That's another thing that Overwatch fans would have wanted.
Yes,
You know
like
what I
Because they
when
put
I
out all these shorts, and it's like if you put them
And these shorts are great.
They tell individual stories, but there's an overarching story going on that people would love to be told. And
Yeah.
these streaming platforms are the perfect opportunity for these animated series, because a lot of these streaming services are trying to get into that. And
I'd be
since
down.
they've already
I'd be
done
down
a lot
for a
of the
full length
groundwork.
movie, like
Yeah.
a Disney
Well, see, a
Pixar-esque
for
movie.
me, it would give you that, but then you would want more. I feel like a
Yeah.
series would keep fans going and kind of also like push the game,
Mhm.
and also keep people coming back.
I think Riot's making some really good decisions here. They have really good things in development, and it's really making me look at Riot Games and League of Legends like, maybe I should start reading up on this universe. Maybe I
Now-
should start playing. What's up?
Be the other side of the coin now. We have
Okay.
to look at it as all this looks great. It all sounds
Okay.
great.
Mm-hmm.
All they've done is League of Legends. We have to see if these games are actually going to be
Good, right?
good.
Of course.
That's
Yeah,
a good
I get
point.
that.
Yeah,
It looks great. It sounds great. I love it. But I'm hoping that they execute on it, because, like I said, all they've done is this mode, but all they've done is League of Legends. And I mean, nothing's wrong with that. League of Legends is very big in the sports arena. But when you start branching off to all these different genres,
yeah. It
And-
takes
and
a
mediums.
different
Yeah.
skill set.
It's a lot.
Hopefully, they have the
hopefully
talent
they
on
took
board.
hopefully they learn something from other games in similar genres to kind of help facilitate the development of it, to make it where it's. I mean, because I'm guessing these things were in development for a while before they announced them.
Of course, yeah.
And it seems like
And
they're going to be in
still
development for
At least a
while
couple
before they
years.
get released. Too.
Yeah,
I mean, look, the way I look at it, David just told everybody, hey, I'm going to go take on Goliath. And we're hyped and we're scared for David's life as well. So,
I mean,
you know,
yeah, Goliath is injured right now. Like Goliath
because
is.
That's
this is
true.
what happened with what was that?
it's still Goliath, though.
What was the name of that game? It was made from was it Gearbox who made it? No, not Gearbox.
Oh,
uh,
you're talking about
Battleborn?
what's
Is
it
that what
called?
you're thinking of?
Battleborn.
Gigant-
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Battleborn.
Oh, I know what you were about to say. That giant. I know what you're talking
Gigantic or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, that would definitely
But what about
petered out.
Battleborn?
But yeah, what about
Battleborn.
Battleborn?
I mean, we see what happened with when Battleborn came out, like a week or two before
Right?
Overwatch.
Yeah, they
And it
were
just came
kind of
out
head to
and
head.
It's like that
Yeah,
was
they got
it.
watched. But
They got
yeah,
robot.
that's-
Yeah, they got
They got-
overshadowed for real.
Blizzard has a lot behind them. They have history, experience, and
Activision money.
they have a loyal. They have Activision money. They have a loyal fan base. You know, that's pretty huge. So
And they don't put out like They don't
content.
put out bad games. They put out games that are
That's
very
true.
well fleshed out. They put
They're
out
polished.
games, yes, very well, and it's like they put a lot of thought into these things.
And every
they
time there's
release
a, sorry, I'm sorry.
them.
Every time there's a problem, they fix it almost immediately.
Yep.
Like they'll shut down their servers. Like, hey, we're gonna fix this problem right now, or they'll do a hot fix as soon as they hear that there's a problem with their game. Like they're pretty good with their customer service.
Yep.
Which is important to keeping a loyal fan base.
So hopefully they get a hold of this PR situation and kind of get things focused back onto the fans and the community.
We will see.
We will see.
I'm excited for Riot. Go get them, guys.
Have it on,
Go get them.
Yeah, on consoles.
Is always a good thing.
That's going to be fun.
Yes.
So our next topic, kind of strange information. Apparently, Okami, that old GameCube classic, it's been ported forward to all sorts of stuff. But it was a Capcom game done by Clover Studios, now defunct subsidiary of Capcom, is getting a sequel. This was announced by Ikumi Nakamura.
Oh, cutie pie.
Who is, if you remember, the female dev who came out on Bethesda's stage show representing Tango Gameworks, the guys who made The Evil Within. She was on stage with Shinji Mikami, and she announced that she was heading up a brand new game called Ghostwire Tokyo. You guys remember this trailer?
Yeah.
Like all the people disappeared out of their clothes and stuff.
It was crazy.
It seemed interesting. We saw no gameplay, but she was going to lead up that project, and she left a really huge impression on that stage because she was like very cutesy. She was funny.
Yeah.
And she's a woman. You know, mad men on the stage all the time, and she was a woman who was basically heading up a big project.
Yes.
Not a month or two after that, she announces on Twitter that she's leaving Tango Gameworks, and then also kind of adds, if anybody's looking to work with me in the future, you know, contact me, let me know. And nobody knew what the hell happened. Like, why is she leaving? Like, I thought she was heading up this brand new game. She's now out of the job. Like, no information as to why. And now she shows up next to Hideki Kamiya, head of Platinum Games. If you remember, Platinum Games is what Clover Studios became. After Capcom shuttered them, Hideki Kamiya opened his own studio and became Platinum.
Yep.
So that's where Beautiful Joe, Okami, all those games like that came from. Those are still Capcom titles, but Platinum actually made them. And now Okami, which is a game that technically Platinum developed, they don't own the IP, Capcom does, are announcing that they're going to do a sequel with Ikumi Nakamura. I don't understand what's happening here. Capcom wasn't even involved, were they?
Yeah, there's a lot of speculation that this wasn't actually real. Like it wasn't. Like, it's not a real. Like the announcement of the sequel is
like real. A joke. You think?
I don't
comment
know.
sections,
but
the comment sections were like mad suspect. Everyone's like, "Is this what's going on here? Like, who's really like running all this stuff?" I really hope that her leaving. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on thank you. Her leaving Tango. I hope there was nothing misogynistic involved in that separation.
Right.
I hope it was some kind of other disagreement. And, you know, she left on good terms and what have you. I hope no bridges were burnt. But
there's like no information as to what happened.
Zero. You know,
Internet loved her after E3. She was
she became like a meme. Like people were all rooting for her.
Yeah. So, you know, just kind of like with these other things that we talked about, Riot, we talked about even Final Fantasy's live action. I'm excited to see where it goes. You know, I'm pretty optimistic. I'm not saying everybody makes good decisions in the big industries, you know, but I always love to see the decisions they make, where they, you know, put their little pawns and pieces and what the results are. So this is just step one of the equation. Let's see what happens.
So what do you guys think is happening here? Because we have an IP that belongs to Capcom, a dev who, as far as we know, doesn't work anywhere, and then the head of Platinum Games.
She freelance.
You know, she the previous game that they're bringing back.
I don't know if you guys are huge into Venture Brothers, but there's a character named Dr. Killinger.
Yes.
And Dr. Killinger, you never really know where his loyalty is, but he's going around helping everybody.
Yes.
She might be the Dr. Killinger of the gaming community, the gaming industry. It's
I don't know how that would function, especially if you watch the video like where they announced this that
she just walked off.
Yeah, it's like Hideki Kamiya says, "Oh, we're gonna be bringing you Okami 2," and like, Ikumi Nakamura goes, "Oh," and then walks off the camera like she didn't know he was gonna say that, and then they all laugh. So it does seem very suspect that this isn't actually a thing. Like if you read it from that side, like it could just be a joke, but it's weird that they would post that because they tagged like Capcom in it, like
it
came out on Ikumi's Twitter, I believe. I don't think Hideki Kamiya put it on the Platinum Twitter, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
But Capcom did say something about wanting to revitalize old IPs recently. And Okami is an old IP.
Yep. And it was a good one.
It was a great one. Yeah. Like I love that character, I love that world. I wonder because I don't think Hideki Kamiya is on good terms with Capcom anymore. Like I don't think he wants to work with them as far as I remember. And he's a very charismatic guy. If you ever watch his Twitter, he blocked multiple people every day for like the tiniest things. Like it's a joke now where his response to like something somebody would say to him would just be blocked. Like he's a very funny dude.
Yeah, but he don't need that negativity in his life.
I'm sure he loves that franchise. You know, he was behind it. If he got the opportunity to make a new one, I wonder if he'd say no to it. You know.
Here's my question, right? And maybe I don't know. Okami was in Smash 4 or 3. I can't remember. I think it was
not in any Smashes.
No, hold on. Which game was it where Okami was? Oh, you know what? You're right.
He was in Marvel vs. Capcom.
Marvel vs. Capcom. That's what I was thinking about. My bad. Sorry.
I wish Okami was in Smash.
I was playing the Wii. It was the same time I was playing the Wii.
Was it a DLC
that I saw? Yeah.
You were playing Project M, huh? That's what you were playing.
Yeah, something like that. Do you think that we're gonna see Okami in other games?
In other games, I mean,
like
unless they do
this
another.
Is kind of the age of crossovers right now.
I mean,
right?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
And cross promotion. You're seeing Terminator and Gears 5.
But the thing is, they would need a new Okami coming in order to sell
push that.
Yeah. Outside of Smash Bros, like most of these crossovers are for promotion of games that are more recent. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel what you're saying. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I get hyped for crossovers. This is it's really
definitely crossover season. Like it's been going on for some time now. So
okay.
So I just thought that was a really interesting story. Hopefully we do actually get an Okami sequel. Hopefully Ikumi Nakamura has found a home because I don't think that was like announced that she's now working with Platinum Games or Capcom. Like who knows? But
somebody adopt her.
Right? Yes. Give that lady something to do. So we're gonna move on to our last topic. And this is everybody's favorite game.
Yeah.
Fortnite made major headlines in this recent week because they had an event called The End Is Here, where essentially they destroyed the game world. Like it was this big thing. If you watched it on YouTube or actually watched it while playing the game, because you could basically sit in the game and watch the event happen live. Essentially, this big thing happened. Like a rocket was flying through a bunch of portals. It caused this kind of rift in the sky. It sucked everything into a black hole, including your character, and the game basically stayed on a black hole screen for about 2.5 days.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the most played, most popular game in the world right now, and they literally shut it down for 2.5 days. Kids were losing their minds. There was a news story. I don't know if you guys peeped this, but there's a news story about a bunch of parents who were trying to sue Epic Games for shutting the game down because their kids were like distraught. They were like, "Oh, all this V-Bucks, all the money that they invested in it.
Are you kidding me?
They don't know what to do now because the game's gone and blah blah blah. Like, oh, the game is just over. They're distraught." I found that hilarious.
That's part of the reason why I don't like Fortnite. This is part. No, real talk. Like the fandom is, in general, very. Oh, I don't want to use the word stupid. I don't.
Let's say
I think this is too basic. Uninformed and just one track mind. That's how I see a lot of the fandom. and it's just I don't. I will say, I do like this live event. I think it was clever. I think it was super cool. If I was a big fan of Fortnite, I'd probably be mad happy and losing my mind and just all with this hype.
So what if they did something like this in Overwatch, and Overwatch was basically offline for 2 days?
I think it would be great.
And then they came back with Overwatch 2. That's essentially what happened here.
I'd lose. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly what I just said.
A brand new map popped up out of the ether. There's a bunch of new features like quality of life stuff. I think new weapons. So if you were in that world, everything's brand new, kind of for you. Like Fortnite Chapter 2, Season 1, they're calling it now.
Season 1, baby.
So have you guys been tempted to go and try out some Fortnite in light of this?
I've been tempted. I won't lie. You know, a lot of people, we have some people that we play with regularly who said that this new expansion is great, or this new development is great. I've heard a couple other folks on my timeline saying, you know, I didn't really like Fortnite before, but this kind of makes it a little bit easier to play. So I've been tempted to go back. I'm not 100%. You know, I'm not downloading it yet, but I'm watching it.
I'm watching it more. I always had Fortnite downloaded just cause, and my son, Starboy, has been playing it a little bit, but he likes to run around in like the creative mode. He doesn't play with like other people. He doesn't play actual Fortnite. He just like hits stuff with the with the pickaxe.
I feel that. This sounds like a lot more fun.
But honestly, like, as interesting as all this event stuff is, I still felt like, oh, that makes me want to go back and play Apex Legends, because I find that to be a better feeling game.
I believe that.
Because that also has a bunch of new stuff. Like, they came out with their Season 3. Like, they have a new map as well. New characters and stuff. Yeah. So, not to be outdone, like, Fortnite kind of stole a lot of the thunder from Apex's new stuff.
You think so?
I honestly do, because like Fortnite was in the news. Like the story about Fortnite shutting down
right?
was on like CNN and Washington Post and stuff. Like Apex Legends new season, I don't think got that kind of publicity.
Yeah, that's true. But you know, they didn't do anything that was really groundbreaking with their update. It was just another map, another character, blah blah blah. This stopped the game.
Yeah, they really made they forced it to be a big deal. Yeah.
Yeah, like people had to talk about it.
You need to pay attention to this.
Yeah,
and we did. We definitely paid attention.
Mom, I still can't log on.
But yeah. So I don't know. Maybe we will try some Fortnite in recent weeks. Probably not though, but maybe.
Yeah.
We're gonna move into the mailbag section. Thanks again to those of you who are writing in. We've got a message from Snix360.
What's up, Snix?
He actually wrote 2 questions. We're going to save the second one for next week because we do have a bit of a packed run of show
mailbag
today. But so we are going to just ask the first question. 6060 asks what are your views on gamers who are swayed by popular gaming culture? Essentially, gamers that only play sports games, Call of Duty, GTA 5, or Fortnite, because they want to follow a trend. So basically asking the bro gamers, as they're sometimes called, people who play just one kind of game or just the most popular games when they come out.
One franchise.
Yeah. What is our take on them as gamers?
I feel like when you do that, you limit yourself to and kind of exclude great experiences. A lot of games I played remind me of some of the best times I've had growing up, and even now, whether it's cutscenes or trailers or the immersive environment. When you limit yourself to a certain genre, you miss out on those things. And like you said, gaming is art, so you're missing a lot of the other side of what gaming is when you just play like a shooter or just Madden or something. And I mean, it's fine if they do that, but you're missing a whole other 15, 16 chapters in a book, and you're just reading like the synopsis.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah. Personally, I do agree with Jeff to a certain degree. Yeah, you're missing out on a lot, but I think that gaming in general is about community. It's about teamwork. It's about competition, right? Playing with your friends and playing where the people are, that's not a bad thing. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of friendships to be made. I made a lot of friends just by playing Overwatch, right? Especially when it first came out. So I won't condemn you for playing all the popular games because that's where the folks are at. But yeah, I do agree that you'll be missing out on some things that you personally like, or you might, if you branch out to other games, you might find out that you like a different genre or a single player experience. Not necessarily more, but you like it in a different vein. So yeah, I'd encourage them to branch out, but I'm not going to condemn you for playing popular things. And he said swayed by popular gaming culture. Man, we are trying to help dictate that popular gaming culture. We're trying to give you guys the good stuff.
Yeah, point you in the right direction.
Yeah, put you in the right direction. So we do hope that in a sense you're swayed by what we say and what we believe. So yeah, I ain't mad at you.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like a lot of the games listed, they rise up to popular culture for a specific reason. I don't feel like it's ever a bad thing that someone who isn't as deep in gaming culture gets to see some of the best, honestly, of gaming culture. Because
true.
In terms of the sports games thing, NBA 2K has been a phenomenal basketball game for a long time. Like, maybe not the most recent one. I heard some middling things about that. But that series in general has been a really good simulation basketball game series. So, like, people who are playing it and enjoying it, that's fine. Like, if they were playing,
more power to you.
Yeah, if they were playing, like, something, like, real janky and didn't know any better, like, that, in that case, I'd be like, man, I really feel like they're missing something.
You should go for the popular game.
Yeah, like, you should try something else, because that's not what games are, But, like, when they're playing the stuff that's at the cream of the crop. Yeah, like Call of Duty was also massively popular. Like, we don't play it so much anymore because maybe it got a little stale to us. But that game still has phenomenal first-person shooter mechanics. And even if you don't play anything else, if you play a ton of Call of Duty and you're good at it, you'll actually be able to translate that over into, like, other games,
Yeah.
Like, you'll get a lot. Like, the most popular games in general tend to be first-person shooters, like, across all categories. So, like, yeah, so GTA 5, also great storytelling, great gameplay innovation. Like, those are good games.
Almost a perfect sandbox game.
Right, yeah. And it spawns all these other genres and games and stuff. So when they hit just those boxes, like, I mean, everybody can't play everything, and everybody can't have gaming as their main hobby. Some people prefer to do so many other things, like.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it so much. Like, you guys know, like, I grew up with a bunch of my brothers, and we all played video games when we were little. My younger brother, who's like a year younger than me, has an Xbox One. We've never played online together because we don't play the same games. Like, he likes to play Madden and stuff, and like, my older brother, the one, because I have two older brothers, so the one who's just above me, he asked me years ago what he should get on his PS3, and I gave him a bunch of stuff, and then, like, he didn't like any of my suggestions, so he just stuck with, like, sports games and stuff, because that's the kind of stuff they want to play now.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
more recommendations, please.
Like, you would ask me to tell me, like, nah, that doesn't sound like anything I want to play. No, that doesn't sound interesting to me. I'm like, I mean, whatever. This is what you guys like. I was trying to get my younger brother to play Overwatch, and he didn't like the cartoony look.
Yeah, I can see that. It's funny you mentioned that because my younger brother, we played Overwatch for a little bit back on the P4 when I was playing on there. And, life hits. He had other priorities, and so he dropped it. And recently when I visited California, we were talking, he's like, yeah, every now and then I'll play just Spider-Man on the P4, and that is his game.
Yeah,
and I'm just
something
like,
recognizable, popular, and then it got a lot of good press. Like, people were saying, this is a great game. You should check it out. Oh, I know what Spider-Man is. It's a great game. Sure, I'll buy it.
And he's enjoying it, and
that's what counts.
That's what counts. At the end of the day, if you're enjoying yourself, if you're not being toxic to people around you, you're playing the game.
Yeah, people just
do it.
Let people just live their lives as long as they're not hurting anybody else. I don't have any problem with it. Because a lot of people don't want to give them the designation of gamer because they just play like one game. It's like, oh, you're a Madden player then. You're a fighting game player then, whatever. Like, they're still gamers. Like, if you play only mobile games, like, you're still a gamer.
Yeah.
You know, like, look at Jeff's face. You got something to say against that, right?
I'm going to disagree with the mobile part.
The mobile part?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you like to play games,
it's okay.
You're a gamer. That's how I feel
games.
about it.
That's, what about board games? What about board games?
Yeah. Board games, card games. Yeah, those are.
You just got to put the adjective on it.
Yeah.
But it's all under the umbrella of gamers.
Gotcha.
Right. It's people who are getting their entertainment from an interactive medium. That's how I look at it.
Jeff said party games. You talking about like Mario Party, Jackbox TV, that kind of stuff?
Like Pin-a-Tail on a Donkey and
oh my God.
Twister. I'm just saying.
Wow.
We might as well just open it up.
If you do that on a regular basis, I'll call you a gamer.
What do you call it? Do it to it?
That's more physical than just interacting, but whatever.
It's something.
Split hairs.
I'm just fudging with you.
All right, so thanks again, Sticks360, for that question.
Good luck.
We have one more from him, but we're probably gonna hit that next week.
Yeah, if you guys have more questions for us, make sure you email us at BBET at gmail. BBETGaming at gmail.com. Third time's the charm.
We got there.
You got it, dude. There you go.
So, last topic for the day, we're gonna do our top three, backed by popular demand. This week, top three game trailers.
Yeah.
I'll go first.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, he's ready. So, don't choose mine, man, because you always be doing that.
I feel like Jeff might have mine.
It's gonna be the trailer for Phantasy Star Online 2.
Ooh, the one that
at E3.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's recent.
That wasn't long.
It was.
But it was hype though.
It was impactful.
I see. You're right.
That.
It made my heart smack.
Yeah, it made your heart swell.
And that's what the trailer should do. It should touch you.
Okay.
Another one is going to be Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Yes. Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. When I first saw it, I didn't know what it was.
Right. That was intentional,
because they were showing the hallucinations.
Yeah, they were showing a bunch of crazy nonsense.
And some stuff. And I'm like, oh, this looks great, but what is it? And then when you finally saw what it was, and it looked amazing. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And even the game play was beautiful when you actually played it. So it was like, that was a really good trailer. Now my third one is going to be Ninja Gaiden.
Which one?
The first one.
Oh.
I don't remember that trailer. What happened?
I don't even remember that trailer. Give us a little
Him and, what's your name? The purple hair girl were on top of the roof.
What's her name? Kasumi? No, that's the red-haired girl. Ayumi?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, from DOA, yeah.
I think he was fighting some fiends on the top of the roof and he jumped off the roof.
Yeah.
I just remember that being like, when I saw that trailer, like, I knew I needed that game.
Really?
I needed it. And when I got it, that is all I played. There was nothing else that existed besides Ninja Gaiden.
Damn.
And I loved it. I played 2. I didn't like 3, but 1 and 2 were amazing. 3 to me was very easy, and it just didn't. The difficulty didn't carry over from the first 2. They added like this ninja art where you could charge up and do like this super attack and stuff like that. It didn't feel like the same game. But Ninja Gaiden 1 definitely left a big impression. I think the trailer showed like the that bone dragon.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember
that. Yeah. We were talking about that a couple weeks back.
Yeah, then it cut to like the courtyard fight with that red demon, the chick.
Yep.
Like the first boss fight. So I think that was like probably one of my favorite trailers. But the top one is definitely going to go to Phantasy Star Online 2.
That's very recent.
I feel that. Okay.
I can go
Sigma,
next.
you got stuff?
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
So I was scared Jeff was gonna say this one, but you guys remember the first Gears of War trailer that had the Mad World song on it?
Oh, that was
that was a really good one.
That was probably the best commercial for a game I'd seen. Like like the juxtaposition of like that gritty bromance type thing with that very, very sad song. Like that shit. Yeah, like it was. Yo,
you were drawn in from the trailer. That's what trailer's supposed to do.
They got everybody so hyped for that game. I feel like that trailer changed the way a lot of game companies did trailers going forward. It was that impactful.
I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I will say one of my choices was probably influenced by that one.
Word, okay.
Because I played Gears of War, and I would play that song as I was.
Yeah, matter of fact, I remember because I think
John Legend.
Yeah, Jeff had Gears before the rest of us. We were watching him play it, and Xbox 360 had that feature where you could put your own music behind the game. He was playing John Legend as he was like running around the levels, and it fit. Because of what that trailer put in our heads, like, yo, this is actually dope. Like, we're just ordinary people. While he's shooting the horde and stuff, it was hilarious.
That's awesome. It was. That's like my all-time favorite game.
That trailer is amazing.
It was. That's a good pick. You got that one.
Okay.
So my second one is the first Soul Calibur.
I don't remember the trailer for that.
Yeah, like it was one of like back when you had like Napster and you would like download all sorts of stuff from the internet. I was downloading like game trailers because I didn't have a Dreamcast, so I couldn't play Soul Calibur, but I watched that game, and like it's open and cinematic where like they're doing like the martial arts forms. Like I'd never seen like a fighting game character move like that before. Like it looked like a real person. Yeah. So that really drew me in. Like I was like super hyped to play that game, and I finally grabbed it when it came to GameCube for Soul Calibur 2, and I played the crap out of that. But
I know your main was Link, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But oh man, like that first Soul Calibur trailer, like I didn't know anything about Soul Edge, but Soul Calibur, like that drew me into that franchise. Like for years after that, I just wanted to play that game so bad. So that one had a big impact on me. And then the last one, and I talk about this game all the time, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That like
I love that game.
Like the opening song is in that trailer.
Yeah.
And like just like Jeff was saying, when like for whatever reason, that movie means so much to me. Like I love that movie. That's probably my favorite movie. Like
it was a great homage to gaming culture.
For real, like, and
especially of our generation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
they did a great job of blending gaming and
music and martial arts and just comedy, popular culture, like
and comedy. Yes.
So when that trailer plays the song, like every time I hear, even to this day, I feel like anytime I watch that trailer play, like the scenery of like Scott like seeing Ramona for the first time and then them like flying to each other and kissing, because that's stuff from the graphic novel.
Yeah.
Like that just makes my heart just like drop, like that little swoon. Like I'm like, oh man, I love this franchise. Like that trailer just embodies everything I love about Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
Right.
So I love that trailer so much. That's probably my favorite game trailer.
I'm looking forward to Scott Pilgrim versus the Universe. That's going to be a good one too.
That's actually the name of one of the books.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like I feel like that title's been
they just took Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. That's just one of the 6 books as the movie title. But like, I'm looking at it right now. It's like
first or second one.
They're in the case. So I can't see what the individual titles are.
Yeah,
but one of them is Scott Pilgrim vs. the Universe. What is like Scott Pilgrim and the Infinite
really
Sadness and whatnot.
For those who are listening, definitely.
Yeah, I want them to do that. They should redo it as an animated series. I would love that. Because there is more. There's like more story.
Yeah, there's a lot of story. That's what I was gonna say. If read it. Read Scott Pilgrim versus versus the World. It's worth your time.
Do it.
The movie is good. It's definitely a different take, especially near the end. But read the books. It's another good story.
So those are my 3 trailers. Blue, awesome. You got 3.
Okay, so first I want to reference the one that I believe was influenced by the Gears of War trailer, And it's one of my favorites. And I heard the song the other day in the original song the other day in Walmart when I was walking through. But it has to be Assassin's Creed Unity. The trailer for that.
Okay. Yeah.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
I
It was
do.
Lord saying that.
Yeah.
Right.
It was like her version.
Bro, yes, it was mad slow. It was
It was.
cryptic. You know, the whole thing would take place during the. Yeah, it took place in the French Revolution, and you see these riots break out, and this dude him and his squad infiltrated the crowd and just took out all the guards. But the way they did it was just so. Everybody Wants to Rule the World is kind of like a poppy 80s song, right?
Yeah.
But they slowed it down so much, made it dark, man. And the boom, boom, welcome to yo. You know, it was oh my gosh. I get chills every time I watch that. And then there's like a really like silent part when they drop down, and then it comes in with the drums and everything. Oh my gosh, yo.
That is a good trailer.
It was, I think, that trailer got me so hyped for a relatively crappy game.
Yeah, the game didn't really live up to the hype the trailer gave. But yeah, that was a good trailer. I remember that.
I love that trailer. Secondly, you already know me, right? What I'm gonna say? Something about
Final Fantasy.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars.
All right, makes sense.
Ooh, yeah. No, Final Fantasy was definitely a runner-up. Shadowbringers trailer was great, but Star Wars, The Old Republic, which is the MMO, the online game.
Okay, yeah, they
had a great.
trailers.
Okay, they had a great collection of trailers. So I'm kind of cheating with that one because there's about 5 or 6 that goes on to.
Yeah, I remember the first
expansion.
one with like those twins, right?
Yeah.
Bro.
Two brothers.
So that was,
yeah.
That was a later one, though. That was
that was like the 4th or 5th one. It was on an expansion.
Oh, okay.
But yes, they had the twins, right? And they're talking about the Grey Jedis. They also had another one right after that, which took place at the exact same time that trailer took place. It was about another girl who's getting raised in the same area. Mm-hmm. So you can see how the trailers intertwine, right? Now, and it was a great story going on to what happened to this part of the Grey Jedi's operations. On top of that, I also want to mention the first 3 that came out with the base game. They talked about 3 huge plot points in this Old Republic universe, and these trailers actually were made into like these scenes. They built books around those scenes.
Oh wow!
Yes, it's amazing. So when you go back and you read the books and you see that specific scene, you get to see not just what's happening in front of your eyes, but when you read the book, you see what's happening in everybody's head. So you see the little micro expressions that everybody has. So when you read it, you're like, okay, he looked that way. Yeah, you get the context.
That's
like,
dope.
Oh, he looked that way because he sensed this or that happening. Bro, those trailers blew my mind, especially when I read the books. So Star Wars, The Old Republic had some amazing trailers. Definitely makes my list.
Definitely did.
The last one, you guys are not going to guess this one, but
okay.
It was Saints Row. I think this is the 5th one. Is it? Or no, it was the 4th one. Saints Row, the 4th.
I don't think there's 5.
Okay, so Saints Row, they had Kanye West's Power.
Right.
First of all, that's my song. If I'm in the gym and I'm like tapping out and that song comes on, I got a couple more reps. I promise you. You know what I'm saying? Power is my song. And they put that in the trailer. It was so wacky, so cool. Everything was in slow motion. The camera's kind of going through all the craziness that happens with the Saints gang.
Yo, they put that song in the game. Do you remember?
In the game?
Yeah, like the beginning of the game, like you like skydive out of a helicopter and like that song comes on. It's a dope opening to a video game.
You have so much energy when you're watching that and you play it and you go into that. You're like, yes, this is what I'm playing Saints for.
Matter of fact,
this power.
Power kind of was in a bunch of trailers when that song came out, right? Like
True,
it got overused eventually. I don't know if Saints Row was the first to use it, but it definitely fit.
First gaming, and it was early on, right after the song came out. But yeah, I love that trailer. I like the Saints series in general. It's a wacky GTA that it started off as a wacky GTA and kind of molded into its own thing. So yeah, that trailer was great. those are my top 3 game trailers.
Any
like I said,
honorable
honorable
mentions?
mention. Yeah. Oh crap! I said it earlier. But Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers had an amazing trailer that really showed how the Warrior of Light kind of switches between their classes to fight evil. And I thought that was super cool. Had a really cool rock theme, which you hadn't seen as prevalent in the previous Final Fantasy 14 expansion. So yeah, that's definitely an honorable mention.
Yeah,
for
I did
me.
like that trailer too.
Mm-hmm.
Mine would have to be a game that I've never played and probably
Okay.
won't ever play, but Kingdom Hearts.
Which trailer though?
The first one with the Simple and Clean song.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's a good one.
Like, man, that made me, because at that time, I was a hardcore Nintendo fanboy, and that trailer made me want to get a PS2.
I believe it.
I was like, I need to play this game. Like, I downloaded the songs by themselves and stuff. Like,
I think it's still worth your time.
I don't know. I feel like I might be past the the time where I should have gotten into that.
You got any honorable mentions, Jeff?
No, none that come to mind.
Okay.
All right.
Only one would be the first one that, like I said, KC mentioned, but
Yeah,
that's it.
that was
All
really
right.
good.
So that's going to bring us to the end of episode 21 of the BBET GamesCast. Once again, next week we'll be doing our Joker spoiler discussion. So if you intend to listen through the entire episode, definitely find some time to watch Joker within the week. And meet us back here roughly Tuesday. Jeff, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Facebook at Superman Jeff 12 Plays, and you can find me on Mixer, Superman Jeff 12. Also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you get notified when we post new content. And also hit that like. We need those likes. We feed off of them. We're hungry right now, so definitely put those likes out so we can give you the content that you want.
Jeff needs to eat, yo.
True.
He thrives on likes. He's starving. Look at him.
Blue,
He needs some meat on his bones.
where can people find you online?
My name is Blue Bones, BLUB0NES. You can find me on mixer.com/BLUB0NESXB as in Xbox. That's right, Jeff. XB.
Honda forever.
We also got me on Facebook, Play with Blue Bones. You know what I'm saying? Check out what's going down. You can see our weekly schedules on there. If you guys noticed last week, right, we moved to primarily streaming on the weekends, and we got our scattered streams in between all of that. So look forward to Super Smash Sundays. Look forward to Free for All Fridays. And
Extended versions of both.
Extended versions of both. You know, we're talking 3 hours minimum. So lots of fun, lots of gameplay. I think I'm gonna do this, but on Friday we didn't have a stream because it was my birthday. So your boy hit the dirty 30 mark. You know what I mean? What'd you say?
Yeah, what did you say, Jeff?
Oh, I was talking about you.
He was hyped. I was definitely talking about.
You just said happy birthday.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
And KC said finally.
You said finally, yeah.
Turned 30.
I know. I did hit that. Someone asked me, "What's my birthday wish?" I said, "I hope I stay looking this young for a long period of time." And they said, "You know, black don't crack, so let's make it happen, Captain." I'm locked in.
This is my forever face.
Sigma, where can they find you?
You can find me on pretty much all social media at Sigma Gears 9. You can find me on Facebook at Sigma and Sun. You can find my 3-minute reviews on the Escapist YouTube channel. Also, if you're in the Central New Jersey area, I'm social media manager for The Realm, which is an esports center in Flemington, New Jersey. So definitely follow that stuff and come to The Realm to basically get access to like pretty much most of the games we were talking about, especially competitive games. Like it's a competitive esports center. So come through, play a bunch of that stuff. Also, I just want to add, I really appreciate everybody who's been listening. I do see that there's like a slight uptick in terms of our follows and our listeners on both the podcast and the views on the YouTube channel. We need that support to keep doing this, and we want to keep doing this. So definitely keep that up. Share the stuff. Share the BBETGaming YouTube. Share the Mixer channel. Share the Facebook pages. We're trying to make as much content as possible to kind of support ourselves, so we kind of do this full time. So
yeah,
we really appreciate that support. Thanks everybody who listened. Thanks Superman Jeff. Thanks Blue Bones. That's episode 21. Peace.
Adios.
At least I'm woke, nigga, I'm a beast, at least I know. Whoa, trying to get rid of me, but I am the epitome of a city.